to my campaign kickoff. I have waited weeks, months to say those words. To say that I'm excited and ready would be an understatement. So many of you, friends, family, supporters, have helped me every step of the way. And so thank you so much for coming out. I have, my heart and my home is London, and this location for a campaign office has a lot of meaning to me. My mom grew up just a few houses down the road. And I went in and they invited me in, and even though they're not conservative, but they invited me in and they said that anytime that you wanted to go by, that you could. So I feel such warmth in this area. I just want to, there's a few people that I have to thank, actually many people that I have to thank in this room. But first and foremost, I want to thank my volunteers. And those are the people that have been out with me since January 2nd, knocking on doors in snowstorms, in thunderstorms, in 40+ humidity, and they never give up. And everyone, Rob and David. There's one, and Eric, who is the professional at door knocking, and his mother Connie. I thought I moved quickly until I went out with Eric and his mother Connie. There's one person who has come out every single canvas with me, and he would not like me pointing him out, but it's David Godwin. And since January, we've become very, very good friends. And I've learned a lot from David, and hopefully he's learned from me too. And we have a lot in common. So I just wanted to say a special shout out to David. I'd also like to thank the London West board, since they've taken a chance on an unknown, and they've been behind me every step of the way. We wouldn't have been able to rent this space, purchase the signs, and really get this campaign off the ground if it wasn't for the EDA. And now that everyone's back, I know that they're going to be even more supportive over the next 6 weeks. So thank you very much. Everyone who has supported me financially, I am forever grateful. There's still time. There's still time, and so we're always taking donations. I got into this race because of what I had seen over the last 4 years. And since January, my team and I, we've knocked on close to 15,000 doors. And there are 3 things that come up repeatedly. The first is that people in London West, young families, seniors, they are working harder but not getting ahead. So this campaign truly is about affordability. Taxes upon taxes upon taxes. The recent carbon tax, that's adding to the cost of gasoline, it's adding to the cost of groceries. And guess what? At the end of the day, it's really not going to make the impact that the Trudeau government has said it will on the 2030 Paris target. So we have to get rid of some of these taxes. We have to incentivize people to work hard and invest in their futures and invest in the community. The second thing that I hear often is a healthcare issue. 9 times out of 10, families are having serious and significant healthcare issues. Now, I've spent 30 years of my career in healthcare, so this is something that I know I can have a great impact on when I get to Ottawa. We need a national strategy on so many things, such as dementia, such as home care. Now, healthcare is the responsibility of the provincial governments, but the federal government takes care of that through the transfer payments. And I was thrilled to hear our leader come out this week and say that he is against pharmacare. And it simply does not make sense to blow up a system that is working so well for about 90% of Canadians and replace it with a $15 billion bureaucratic bureaucratic organization. There's no way that all of the provinces and the territories will buy into that. So that's something that we just simply can't let happen. The third thing I hear of, and this is the most, this is what hurts me the most, or is the most heartfelt to me, is that people just don't have any trust in their political representatives. They're cynical or they're apathetic, and I really can't blame them. A study came out just today saying that 61% of Canadians don't have faith in their elected representatives. That's wrong. So I'm going to take my candidate hat off and put my constituent hat on. And we need to demand more of our leaders, of those people that we elect. They need to be accountable. They need to be ethical. And we certainly haven't seen that in the last 4 years. So that's why I'm thrilled to be a part of the Conservative team. And before I introduce our special guest, I just have to thank one person who has come in since May, and she's probably out there flipping burgers. Her name is Kirsten Croth. She came in the spring, and she basically she reset my campaign, and she has been a phenomenal aid to me. I had one job today, and that was to get a functioning barbecue. Guess what? Don't give the candidate the responsibility to get the barbecue. Anyway, I'm the proud. Oh, hello, Mr. Ryder. Nothing like making an entrance. I am now the proud owner. What I will tell you is a great time to get a barbecue up there at Home Hardware. They're on sale. Kirsten is brilliant. She is competent. She is organized. And most importantly, she knows how to keep me on task and focused, which is going to be put to the test over the next few weeks. So I wouldn't be standing here if it weren't for Kirsten. So thank you. It's my privilege to introduce to you Karen Vecchio. I have to tell you, Karen has taken me under her wing and the rest of the Conservative candidates in London under her wing. She really wants some company. Karen was kind enough to invite me to shadow her in December on a day of meetings. And so we met with stakeholders, we met with the mayor, and what I saw was a woman committed, passionate, and so knowledgeable on the files that she's responsible for as the Shadow Minister of Family, Children, and Social Development. She is such an inspiration to me. She has been a mentor, and I am just so thrilled to call you a friend and to introduce you to say a few words.
Thank you. Thanks so much. With over my past years, Vaughn coming a little bit later, that's okay, but I've had some phenomenal people that I've worked with, and it's great to see so many of the EDA members here as well. This is about a partnership working with the campaign team and how we can get Liz Snelgrove, the Member of Parliament for London West, elected in just 6 weeks from now. So let's get her. I think the number one question that we're all being asked, especially today, is when is that writ being dropped? And no one has any clue. We do know it can be up to next Sunday, which is the 15th, but someone reminded me about something the other day. Trudeau doesn't have initiative laws, so it might not be on the 15th. You never know. It could be on the 21st of October that he drops the writ. But this is a really important time that we work together as a Conservative team. And that's why having this regional organizations with Liz is so, so important. We need to turn London blue again. We were fortunate in 2011 when we had 3 MPs representing the London area. And now today we only have me. And trust me, I can lift my weight, but it's a lot easier when we have great, competent people like Liz to help us push us through. So I really hope that we all can join together. We're hearing the same thing that you're hearing at the doors right now. Affordability is one of the biggest issues that Canadian families are having. Regardless of whether it's the Canada Child Benefit that the Liberals introduced, regardless of whether the GIS that they said they've increased substantially, Canadians are finding it harder to get ahead. And for a government that has worked so hard on the middle class, just yesterday, the front page was the Canadian families who are of the middle class are finding it harder to get ahead. And that's exactly what we, as the Conservative Party, is fighting for. We have a leader in Andrew Scheer. If you want to talk middle class, if you want to talk about family and family values, we've got that leader that showcases all of those great things and how proud he is to be a Canadian. He may be a Saskatchewan Rough Rider fan, and I know we have another one here, wherever he's gone. There you are. Hey, you sure? No, he's not here. But we have a great leader, and that's something that's so wonderful to have. But not only do we have Andrew, we also have a very, very strong team behind him. Over this summer, the number of calls that I've had to make to the shadow ministers, whether it's agriculture and talking to Luke who lives in Quebec, or whether it's to do with foreign affairs and having to pick up that phone and talk to Aaron O'Toole, or whether it's on defense. I can tell you the day that GDLS received their money, the first thing we're doing is on the phone and finding out what's going on. So it's not just about Andrew, but it's also about that team that we have. We have 338 candidates throughout Canada, which is, I believe, the only party truly that has 338 candidates. And the thing is, they're candidates like Liz Snelgrove, somebody that brings something to the table, something that when we come to Parliament, we will have her voice for London West to talk about all of the needs, not only of the constituents, but her background and what she brings to the table. I am so fortunate to be the Shadow Minister for Families, Children and Social Development. I think I got that job because I have 5 kids. So they said, hey, who's got the most kids? It's Vecchio. You're in. I swear that's why they did it. But under Ronna Ambrose, I was given that portfolio, and then I was so honored when Andrew called me and said, can you continue with this portfolio? You're doing a great job. I deal with everything from old age security and the guarantee income supplement, Canada Pension Plan, student loans, Canada Child Benefit, you name it. If it deals with families, I deal with it. And the thing I love about our party is we have leaders and we have people that are all on the same page. What do Canadian families want? Well, we want to make sure that the economy is going to be strong for the next generation. Not just for ourselves, but for our children and for our grandchildren. I just had a grandson born on June 29th. And the day that he was born, I just thought, this poor kid is how many thousands of dollars in debt, and he just came out into this world. Those are the people that we're fighting for. We're not just fighting for ourselves today, but we're fighting for our children's futures. Like I said, 5 children. I know it's hard to find that first-time house, and we have a first-time home buyers plan that came out by this government that will not make a dent on the housing affordability issue that we have in this country. I was fortunate enough to work for Joe Preston for 11 years. So I can tell you, from answering the phone as constituency assistant for those 11 years, the changes that I have seen in this country in the last 4 are not the phone calls that I had just 4 years ago. We have more people that are having housing issues. We have more people that cannot afford for transportation issues. We have more families that are saying, what do we do? We need some assistance for our family. And whether it's for their seniors to find long-term care facilities, whatever it may be, we have a problem. Now, we're fortunate because in my riding, I get to work with an MPP that wears a blue shirt, and that's Minister Urick. So I'm very fortunate. But it's about having team members that understand what their communities need, and that's why Liz is that perfect person for that job. I have seen in Parliament, I have seen people that when Mr. Trudeau, the Prime Minister, stands up and says, this is what the party wants, all of his members agree, and they all move forward. We work in a caucus when we all talk about these things, that you're allowed to say to your leader, you know, I don't know if we should go there, or you may want to look at these other things. And that's the one thing that's so different about our Conservative caucus. We're actually a team that talks. We actually negotiate. We actually try to find balance for Canadians, something that Trudeau has never tried to do. We are seeing his caucus, and the reason I'm bringing this up is Kate Young is a lovely woman, but has she ever voted against that government? Has she ever voted against the deficits and debt that is going to be killing our children in the future with all of those taxes? Has she ever stood up for the jobs in our own communities? And those are things that we have to be seeing. We are fortunate to be a party where we actually can stand up for the people of our communities and look at it not only nationally, but look at the regional impacts that we have in our communities. Something that we have not seen through this Trudeau government. And if we want to talk about ethics, I think everybody can sit here and say, wow. We need, as she said, 61% of Canadians do not trust their politicians right now. 61%. Do you know how embarrassing it is to know I can walk in this room and go, you don't like me, you don't like me, you don't like me, you don't like me. It's hard being a politician, but it's good to be a parliamentarian. And that's why somebody like Liz Snelgrove will take those whole things that are ideas about what politicians all are about and turn us back into parliamentarians. There for the people, there for the right reasons, and there to serve the community. That is what we need to do, and that's something that has been lacking from this Trudeau government for the last 4 years. They're not here for Canada, they are here for their legacy, and that is something that we cannot afford. We cannot afford to be part of some of these UN negotiations that they're looking in. And when we talk about climate change, a carbon tax does not help with climate change. Some economists will say that they do, and those are going to be left-leaning. And some economists are going to say they don't. And those are going to be our economists that actually get the picture to say if we're going to reduce greenhouse gases, we've got to look at the whole picture. I'm really, really excited about our new leader, and I'm really excited because I believe on October 21st that we are going to see a blue government. We are going to see Andrew Scheer, and we're going to see Liz Snelgrove, and we are going to, I really hope for myself, but I got Betty Crockett here, so I know we're going to be okay. But the thing is, we all need to work together. Seeing all of the volunteers here today, that is what needs to motivate us. It needs to know that our country is at risk right now. Our country is at risk. We've lost our we've lost our reputation of being that great country. We are seen now as being foolish. We want to take that away. We want to make parliamentarians back to being parliamentarians, where our job is to serve the people of Canada. And so it's all up to us to be ambassadors for our country, to work as Conservatives and make sure that we're getting ahead and not behind. So this election is going to be one of the most important elections because Canada cannot afford another 4 years of Justin Trudeau. No.